welcome along everyone to round 5 of the Reddit. As the newly made Zoom Racing League Division 2 race, as we have rebranded from the Reddit Grand Prix to the Zoom Racing League. We are here in Spielberg, Austria today for, as I said, round 5, and we're going to be taking you around a lap of the Red Bull Ring. 10 turns, very short track on this circuit. 4.6 kilometers or 2.3 miles, 10 turns, 3 of them to the left and 7 to the right. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar, and we will get straight into some green flag action. It almost looks to me like there's a bit of rain, and so today, sad day for us in the studio. Walter Desmond has stepped down for the time being, but joining me in the studio today, Mr. Josh Barnsley. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing pretty good. I'm looking forward to a good day of racing.
Yeah.
If it rains, then that just means that it'll be more fun.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Looks like everyone is coming out on soft tires, so if it is raining, it's not that bad. As it stands, we'll maybe get some telemetry up here, help you guys see a little bit what's going on track, and we'll maybe go do some onboards with these guys. See what's going on here. Yellow's already. Doesn't look like any rain is actually happening, just a bit of overcast. And so round 5, we have rebranded due to some copywriting issues in the past that we've come across, especially on YouTube. They don't like us using registered company names in our own name, so we are now the Zoom Racing League. And I think it's a well-needed change. Maybe just freshen it up a little bit.
yeah, I agree. It's kind of unfortunate that we had to switch names like halfway through the season, but I'm a personal fan of the Sim Racing League. At first, I was kind of iffy on it, but it is growing on me. It's pretty clean, in my opinion.
Yeah, and we've got some new graphics too. We're trying to improve our look as we are going on board. Let's see who's starting a flying lap. I think all these guys maybe are on a flying lap. Yeah, it looks like just about everyone has at least started theirs. Lots of cars on track, especially in the early part of this qualifying session. Everyone wants to get a banker lap in as soon as they can to just ensure that they have something to fall back on if for some reason something goes wrong in the next couple of laps. So let's ride on board here with Second Hands Down, who is one of the two Haas drivers, the two brothers on the Haas team. 107.6, and a little wide there, coming into turn 9, and Sokova 104.8. That's a really good time for him. What about his brother? Second place, P2 with a 105.3, and Adam Klein then goes fastest by 4/10, and so does Raptors. So the lap times are just going to be coming in as we continue here. It's going to be a pretty fast-paced qualifying on this very short track.
It's pretty good for Haas so far. It's just we'll have to see if it really holds up throughout the whole qualifying to see where they get.
Yeah, absolutely. Some more yellow flags. It looks like a Haas maybe is just letting someone by here, or maybe not. Let's see who else is on a flying lap. Dr. X Code, I think, is just started his, so take a ride on board with him up into the tricky braking into turn 3. It's an uphill down into second gear, and the exit here is absolutely crucial, and he does a good job getting that power down. Now up DRS open, and we'll go down to turn 4 with some green flags in front of him. And we're really hoping to not see any of those timing issues that we had last week, and last week was pretty horrible. There was all kinds of issues, making it pretty hard to follow.
Yeah, last week was a bit of a chaotic race, but Austria is a bit easier of a track, so hopefully people will be able to keep it on the track, not into the wall. So, should be pretty good. But I definitely think Dr. Xcode is somebody to look out for. He's filled in for Div 1 a bit for Ferrari up in there. And every time it seems like he's doing pretty good, so
Yep, and
I think he definitely is one of the top runners.
we'll just turn some of the engine sounds down a little bit so we can hear each other better, and that should be better here. We'll just turn some of the audio up. Trying to make some changes on the fly. And alrighty, we are back. And Dr. X Code still pushing, it looks like, down into turn 4. And it's really hard to get you want to take this exit as wide as you can there in turn 4. Take as much of that curb as you can, because taking the straightest line possible in the exit is how you gain the most time, and he is absolutely sending it right now through the second sector, trying to get as much rotation as he can, going down a gear, and now it's really all about the power unit as he's running very low fuel, as we can see at the moment. And this is probably the trickiest braking zone on the track, is figuring out how late you can brake and how much you can cut that turn 10.
Like he did that pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
104.3 for
Wow.
the RX code, and we
Up in
will.
fifth place.
I wonder if
Pretty good.
it is really good, and I wonder if there's any favorites here for pole position. We've had all kind. I think we've had a different winner every single time so far in Division 2.
Yeah, it's been jumping around all over, so it should be a pretty interesting one. Raptor and Hunte are pretty close, so we'll have to see if Hunte's able to pull just a few tenths out of his pocket. See what he can do with that.
Yeah, let's take a look here at some of the other guys. I think there's a Red Bull on the flying lap. Looks like Snoop Francis. Oh no, not Snoop Francis. It would be his teammate Sleek, who is just coming down to turn 4 or turn 3. Sorry, as it is. Oh no, that is turn 4. And he will be. He's another one of the favorites here. Both the Red Bull guys have been really strong in the opening part of this season, and we'll be seeing a lot of them, I think, in the future as Sleek rounds start the second
same with
section.
Mercedes as well. Hunte is very fast, and same with PBJ. Sorry. He's a very quick driver, so.
And as you're saying that, he does go fastest with 103.6. So apparently we have a fortune teller with us today, and Sleek goes 6 fastest. I missed that. I don't know if he improved or not, but we do have a Haas stopped on the side of the track, and that is second-hand downs, and looks like he's underway again. Maybe had a little spin coming out of turn 1. Probably not going to be the last time we see that. That's was a really hard turn to make.
It really is. If you hit too much of the bump on the side, you're definitely going to be spinning out, especially if you have your throttle all the way down.
Yeah, absolutely, and
tough one.
Yeah, and so he'll probably take a cool down lap or maybe come back in for some fresh tires. So the short qualifying session here today, it's 18 minutes long, and you get 3 sets of softs and 1 set of mediums. And if you start in the top 10, if you make it into the top 10 at the end of qualifying, you have to start the race on whatever your fastest time was, whatever tire you set your fastest time on. And so that's really where the strategy comes in, into qualifying at least, is if you know you're going to be fast, do you want to start on those medium tires? I think it's C3, no, or maybe C2 is medium this week. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, second-hand downs coming into the pits. Let's see who else. Maybe Adam Klein might be on a lap here as well. He's another favorite for somewhere in the top 10 at least. We'll see what he can do. Some yellow flags coming out, but I think that's just for allowing people to let each other by.
Raptor with a 103.5 beating PPJ over there.
And yeah, so the other Haas now of Kova. Coming back onto the track, he has to let everyone by. It's a scary sight when people are coming behind you that fast, and now he's going to have to let the Red Bull behind him out of the way as well. And he does so very well. And Sleek is obviously another driver. Yeah, when he's coming into the pits. A Cody Carter, 5th place, grid penalty. Oh, and it looks like, and we're missing it here up at turn 1. I think we've more or less missed it, but it looks like, at turn 3, looks like Cody has come together with the Ferrari of Floyd by the looks of it, and he has ended up with a 5th-place grid penalty. And even if that penalty maybe shouldn't have happened, there's nothing really we can do about it before the start of the race. We can obviously appeal time penalties that haven't been served, but when you get a grid penalty, you're going to have to serve it, even if it's unjust. It's
unfortunate, but way it goes. That's definitely going to hurt Cody in the race, though.
Yeah.
He's in 12th, and he's 5 positions back.
Yeah.
That's not good.
And so I guess the 2 Williams are also one of the top 3 teams. I say the top 3 teams really here. With the most consistent driver would be Williams, Mercedes, Red Bull. The McLaren guys are quick, but they don't ever really have a consistent lineup, so it's hard to really say, as we can see today here, there's only 17 drivers, and I Spy Gecko is a stand-in, which means both McLaren drivers couldn't make it today, although they are both very quick. We'll just get the.
Yeah, which is very unfortunate because right now Fu is battling for the championship lead,
Mm-hmm.
and one race can really change everything. If you miss out on one podium, that could be the whole season.
Yeah, absolutely. We expect this championship fight to be very close. Sorry, we'll just get another camera angle here, and it looks like Connor's invalidated this lap, so he will have to pit this lap probably for some more fuel. I think let's take a look at the Mercedes here of Hunte. Oh no, he's coming to the pits. I thought he was just about to start his lap. Let me take a look at Connor. Connor's on a flying lap as well. Connor is another driver, maybe. Oh no, it looks like he's coming to the pits too. So this is probably the end of the middle stage here of this qualifying. We're already 2/3 of the way through of this 18-minute session, and yeah, we'll see who can improve. There's definitely some. A 103 is really where people are going to want to be aiming for. That's a really fast time to be setting around Austria, and we'll see maybe. Sleek is just starting a lap now, so we'll go on board with him down uphill into turn 1, and this is the curve we were talking about earlier that is extremely hard to take, and that's exactly why you
Yeah.
go all four wheels off that outside white line, and the lap is invalid, and as we've seen there from Sleek, that's exactly what happened. We'll maybe see what's going on behind him. Cody Carter's on his out lap, and as we say that, I Spy Gecko sets a 103.6,
Wow.
and that's a really good time from him, the McLaren stand-in. And yeah, so that's huge for them, as McLaren is really trying to scrape together all the points they can. They have some really good drivers on that team, however many they've had, but the consistency, I think, is where they're going to have some issues. But when they have stand-ins doing that, obviously there's half points for constructors, because it would be a little unfair to have a stand-in every race that would otherwise do better than the original lineup. So we give full drivers points and half constructors points for stand-in drivers. Oh, and it looks like there's a Ferrari off, and that's Dr. DRX code. Oh, where is that? That's right in the exit turn 4. And so I wonder what's happened to him. It looks like his front wing should be okay, and he's gonna have to let that Haas and the Red Bull by, and he'll get underway again. Let's see, I think the Aston Martins are, it looks like, we'll see what's happened here. So he's coming in, and his teammate, Israel, is going to come across the line, I think, to start maybe his flying lap. That's what it looks like. So let's do it again. And yeah, lots of understeer there into that corner, but he kept it within the track limits. And we'll take a lap on board with the Drip Israel as he comes up into turn 2. Is that kink in the straight into turn 3, braking just at the 100-meter board. Lots of oversteer as he gets the power down, coming out of turn 3, and now it's just a drag race down to turn 4 as you try to pick your braking zone and pick the fastest line you can, and that is about as fast as you can get. There's definitely more within the track to get, but that's the line you want to be taking as he comes now into the second sector, and tries to maximize these exits because they're crucial because of the little straights in between each of these corners. And there's a yellow flag in front of him, but it looks like it's just the Red Bull coming to the pits. That hopefully shouldn't hamper him at all, and it hasn't. And he invalidates just over turn 10, and that's what we were talking about with the trickiness of these corners. It's like you have to stay within track limits, and a lot of the time it's very hard, especially right there on turn 1. So yeah,
it's definitely going to be a race full of penalties. I don't think too many safety cars or DNFs, but definitely going to be a lot of penalties.
Yeah, we're hoping for some cleaner racing. Obviously, I think it was Hungary where there was 5 safety cars in the Division 2 race, and so that kind of warranted us to turn the frequency down a little bit. But we also don't really want that, because we want the realism of safety cars to be coming out whenever there's an accident. But I think a track like Austria, where there's just a lot of runoff, except for turn 1, of course, could really clean up the racing a little bit, and I think we're going to have a good race here. And as you said, it's going to be a track limits thing, really, especially with turn 1 and 10.
Yeah. More of a track like Silverstone, kind of, even if you spin out, there's lots of runoff room.
Yeah.
That definitely is a big advantage. Sort of safety barrier between drivers and the wall.
And, looks like Hunte is on a flying lap. Another favorite here for pole position. Only 4 tenths away as it stands, about 4.5 tenths. Who's that? Connor just split the two Mercedes with a 103.7.
Wow.
And so yeah, the top 6 separated by 4 tenths, and some of the guys just below that will be looking to improve here with 2 minutes to go in the session. And it looks Hunte has invalidated there just before that last couple of corners. So his lap won't
Very
count.
tough one.
We'll maybe pull up the. There we go. We can see what lap times everyone is on.
I think Hunte's trying to go for another one before the qualifying ends.
Oh yeah, he is too. And because it's such a because it's such a short lap, they definitely have the battery to do 2 laps. It's obviously you don't deploy the entire battery throughout one hot lap. It's only the maximum deployment you can do. And on a short track like this, you definitely save some battery just because you're not using it as much because there's track distance is a lot shorter. And so Hunte definitely is going again. There's a yellow somewhere. I wonder where that is. It's sector 2. And it looks like everyone is okay. We'll maybe just take a look over here at Revis, who the 2 Aston Martins I think have had some pretty bad luck so far. Past couple of races, there have been a lot of minor incidents that result in front wing changes, and that's really killer on this game. Front wings obviously warrant a pit stop, and it really just adds like 8 seconds to a pit stop, so not ideal. And they have a Red Bull stopped on track. Snoop Francis. He's gotten going out of turn 3. Wonder if it doesn't look like he has any wing damage that we can see. And same thing, I think, with just the Ferrari there out of turn 1 or out of turn 3. Looks like he's still going.
I'm pretty impressed with the Haas team right now in P10 and P12. It's pretty good for them. The past few races hasn't been the best, but that's definitely looking good for them. So hopefully they could carry that throughout.
Yeah, absolutely. Points would be huge for these guys. They're relatively new to the game, but obviously have been putting in that practice. And as the checkered flag comes out just now, so everyone crossing the line will get the checkered flag, or if they're in the pits. So everyone currently on track is on a hot lap, apart from Snoop Francis, who's now in the pits. So we will maybe see Hunte crosses the line 103.9, and I think the last it looks like the Alfa Romeo has backed off of Adam Klein. Yes, and we will switch over to the Alpine of Connor, who looks to be on a flying lap, and we'll maybe right on board with him. As actually here, let's go to Kurtzky. I think is on the one about to cross the line. He crosses the line, and that's a P2 for Kurtzky. So it's currently Williams 1 and 2, and that's huge from Kurtzky to pull that lap together on the last lap. And
that's really big.
Yeah, we'll go back to Connor. Can Connor fight that 103.5? He can't. It's a 103.7, and he goes P5, and that should pretty much do it. There might be a couple other cars on track. DRX code coming around the last 2 corners now and carrying a lot of speed. I saw there through turn 9, comes out of turn 10, and he's going to cross the line. And I think he may have already crossed the lap before, and that's going to do it for qualifying. I think that should be everyone. We're just waiting for Sleek in the pit lane, and then that should
Not too sure what's going on there. Might be a bit of a glitch, but
there we go.
I would say that's a pretty good qualifying.
Especially for Williams, who they're really trying. They're going for that championship in the constructors at least. And as it stands, they're 1 and 2. With Raptor setting both of them 103.5 to put them 1 and 2, and then I Spy Gecko, the stand-in for McLaren, 103.6 just behind. That's really close. Only less than a tenth of a second between second and third. PBJ in the Mercedes is 4th place. And then Connor in the Alpine, Snoop Francis in the Red Bull, Adam Klein, Hunte, DRX Code, and Kova in the Haas, I think for the first time this season, but I could be mistaken, in the top 10 in qualifying, so he now has to start his race on those soft tires. It looks like everyone, by the way, has set their best time on the soft tire, so I don't think we're going to be seeing anyone in top 10 start on mediums. And the rest of your grid will be there, and we're going to take a short break and be back in time for the race. Okay, so we are back, and onto the formation lap we go. Again, there's that overcast, kind of makes it look like the track is wet, but we can't see. We'll get the tires up here. Sleek, interesting enough, is starting on the hard tires.
I think he's going for the long run in the start.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still expecting what's he called? Safety cars. So I don't know if that might be the best play, but we'll have to see.
Mm-hmm. We'll we'll get some visuals going here as these guys warm up their tires for the first time before lights out. And this is for the Williams guys. They're gonna want to slow this pack down right at the end as much as they can, of course, to sit on the grid for the shortest amount of time possible. We'll get some still shots here of everyone as they come across the second sector. And as you can tell by qualifying, these laps are quite short, so it won't take them long at all to get onto the grid. So tires and brakes is what they'll be focusing on. And as you can see, they're already coming around the last two corners. And as the game takes over and sorts out the grid, and in comes the race leader as it stands. We'll look to the back of the grid, and I think it is, yes, the Aston Martin of Cody, I believe, picked up the 5-place grid penalty. Will be coming around the corner for the first time of race day. So here we go. Let's get ready. And we look to the front of the grid for the 5th time this season. Zoom Racing League, Division 2. And we're syncing the players. And for the 5th time, 5 red lights in Austria. And it's lights out. And they're underway. And it's a good start from the Williams guys. A great start from that Mercedes. Both Mercedes now alongside. Hyundai's made it up 3 places. Oh, and there's contact in the back. There's contact in the back. Hyundai spun. He spun round, but they're still going. The Haas drivers have made positions up. Hyundai's all the way at the back of the grid now. And we look to the front of the grid. Everyone's held position in the top 4. The Mercedes of PPJ, I think, maybe fallen back a place, but he is still running. That's tragic for Hyundai. He was sending it a little too deep on the brakes into turn 1. And they are now going to sort themselves out, and we'll bring up the screen again, and it looks like for the moment timing is good. So hopefully we fixed out all those bugs earlier, but Hyundai in the Mercedes, that's crucial for him, especially for this Constructors' Championship. He's going to have to do another recovery drive, but it looks like he's already making up places. We'll get the track map open, and so he's already overtaken 2 cars, and Jacob Wyszynski in the Alpine has also fallen back a bit. I wonder what's happened to him. Maybe he's got some wing damage. It definitely looks like he's got wing damage as he's in the gravel. And
once you get that, especially on the first lap, you're racing nearly done,
Yeah,
unless
and
he can get a safety car, which I'm definitely hope he
yeah, a
just definitely hoping one comes right
yeah, a
away.
lap one safety car would definitely be important. Although, oh, and we are getting some timing glitches again because we are not on lap 3, we are on lap 2. But hopefully this will all sort itself out. We really don't want to see anything like last week. Last week was pretty bad. But yellow's in sector 2. Let's go back to Revis, who
Oh,
oh, and there's a Haas
Hunte
spun round.
already in the
Oh, and
front.
what's happened at the back here? Sleek is all the way back too. Um, oh, and Jacob's in the pits, and second hand downs. Looks like he's had a spin, and he was running at the back there now. Unfortunate for him, but it's the same top 5 as it stands. I can't see anything too crazy. So second hand downs has picked up a 5-second penalty for probably a collision somewhere, and Hunte a 3-second penalty. So that's probably for corner cutting already.
Mm,
Oh, and the fastest laps will be
wow.
coming in now.
Lap 2, and it's already a pretty chaotic race.
Mm-hmm. And so it looks like the timing screen should be sorting itself out as they all cross the line because we are on lap 3 now. As Raptor leads the way into turn 3. And let's look behind to Adam Klein, who's looking for maybe a move on Kova, not this occasion. DRS, it was enabled for lap 3, which was really lap 2, but so it looks like he is going to get it now. We'll maybe see what's happening here, and we'll look behind DRX code. Hot on his tail, hot in pursuit. So no DRS, I think, for the time being, but we'll see in a second as Adam Klein looks for 7th place. And Snoop Francis has had a moment. This is crucial again for Red Bull. This is not what they
That's
need.
bad race for them so far. Sleek had a crash. Now Snoop, that's really not good.
Yes, it's really unfortunate because now what they're doing is they're letting Williams run away with this win as it stands, unless I Spy Gecko can pull something huge for Mercedes. So DRS is now enabled, and I Spy Gecko is going to be. Floyd's retired there. He's in the wall. We won't be able to see it, but the safety car has been deployed. So we do have a safety car, and so that is going to probably draw some attention to the pit lane. We'll get the tires on screen here. So Snoop Francis, actually this is huge for Snoop Francis because then he can pit for a new front wing right now. And so he's almost saved himself. Obviously he's going to be out of position, but that's huge that the safety car is out now for Snoop Francis. So both Red Bulls outside of the points already.
Yeah, they're the guys in the bottom 4 are very lucky that we already had a safety car, so they can catch up. There's still lots of time left in the race.
Yeah,
I'm sure
so
that was a pretty expected thing. But maybe let's hope to not have another safety car. It's
yeah,
just an unfortunate one.
yeah.
Going off
So
in turn 9.
this should slow everyone down, and crucially for the Constructors' Championship, this will, whatever gap the two Williams had formed will be undone, and I Spy Gecko can hopefully will make a bit of a challenge for them. And so we are going to take a bit of time here for everyone to catch up to the safety car, and it looks like Raptor is just in front of him. And so there wasn't much of a gap, it looks like, between the top 3, but they're going to be slowing all the way down for this safety car. And Snoop Francis, on top of his misery already, has picked up a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. And these guys will have a delta time that they have to follow when the safety car comes out. And when you exceed that time for too long, or if you exceed the time for 15 seconds, I believe it is, and you will get a drive-through penalty, and that's already happened to Snoop Francis. It's very unfortunate for the Red Bull driver, so that's pretty much his race run and done, unless he can pull off a magnificent recovery drive. But we'll have to wait and see. Both Red Bulls still have not caught up to the safety car, so awful luck for them. And one DNF so far, but we will look forward and see what can happen at the front of the grid.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if like how the guys in the front are going to treat the safety car, if they're going to stay on these soft tires, because you can take the soft tires around 12 laps maybe is when they start getting slippery.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, that'll be interesting to see. I'm guessing they're probably gonna stay out because they can keep it going for a bit. But the
Yeah.
guys in the mediums in the back, that's a big advantage for them in the long run, for sure.
Mhm. Yeah. So I think it was who was it that started on the hard tires? I can't remember, but they have whoever it was. I think they switched off because it wasn't second-hand downs that. Oh, was it Connor? Oh, I forget. Anyway, the Red Bull guys are just coming up now to the back of the pack, as is second-hand downs and Jacob Wyszynski. And hopefully this will be the last car or last lap under safety car, and we'll get back to racing in a moment.
Yeah, sorry about that. My brother just came into my room bothering me.
All good. So far, no. We'll have to wait a little later in the lap to see if the safety car is in. But the pack has been bunched up. And Jacob Wyszynski has left the session, which is
I don't know if that's just a
interesting.
connection error or if he rage quit it. Hopefully, it's just a connection error, I would think.
Yeah,
But
wouldn't expect to see that from these guys. They put a lot of practice into these races, and hopefully, this has only happened once, a rage quit in the preseason with one of the Red Bull
Yeah.
guys in Division 1.
Yeah, I was in Singapore from.
No, so it was
Yeah.
it was in Great Britain. It was the British Grand Prix, and because remember he threw his car into the wall, and
Oh
that
yeah.
that caused the VSC right as I came into the pit lane.
Oh.
But yeah, so we are getting
That's funny.
green flag. Sorry, we missed that. We didn't get the message, but green flag, and already Williams have pulled away a little bit. Ice Sky Gecko is very close behind though. He's gonna get a tow all the way up the hill into turn 3, but he's too far back on this occasion. We'll look. PBJ's very close behind though, so we'll see what he can get. If he can get a good exit out of. Oh no, it's a big snap of oversteer out of turn 3, but he's gonna be right behind. He's gonna be deploying all that ERS, and we'll get some telemetry on, and we can see just how much battery he's using. It's too far back on this occasion. It looks like who's that? Revis has lost a couple positions down in 14th. So Sleek and Snoop Francis have made up that place. So I wonder if he's maybe picked up some damage. Doesn't look like it, so he's still going. Who else have we got? PBJ is so close. Oh, there's contact a little bit. Or by the looks of it, there was a little bit of contact, but he's so much faster going into turn 8 and turn 9. Oh, and he pushed him off just a little bit, it looks like. And I Spy Gecko is going to have to conceive that position. But he is going to get no DRS yet, but he is on overtake. And he's going to be on the inside into turn 1. And they keep it on the track. Oh, that's going to be almost the track limits for PBJ, but he ran wide, so he maybe saved himself there. But he is getting a slipstream up the hill. He's going to pull out down the inside. Not going to outbreak him on this occasion, but he is going to have a look for it, and not quite. And so I Spy Gecko keeps that 3rd place, albeit not for the entire time. Kova, on the other hand, is up into 5th place. Incredible stuff from the Haas driver. That's amazing. And it doesn't look like we're not having a timing glitch. Everything looks to be good. So that's great for him. Oh, and then we have a Cody Carter. Looked like he had stopped on track, but he might be okay. It just looked like the yellow flag was caused by him, but I think we're okay. So but he is down in 15th. So I wonder what's happened to Cody. I don't think that's where he was before. And Connor picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits, and as does Raptor. So that is that's pretty big. That's pretty big for the race lead.
I just got some word that Jacob, he got disconnected, but he is back in the race now. So looks like he's already gotten a few positions, but holy,
that was close.
Dr. Xcode almost just caused a crash with the hats, but quick thinking from second-hand downs, fast dodge. So that was very close.
That was very close indeed. Just as I was trying to switch to Jacob's point of view, just because I think it was probably the AI driving, but it looks like he's back. Yeah, and as I was switching to him, I just switched to Cody, DRX code, and we saw that. Could have been very nasty indeed.
Yeah.
But crucially, Raptor's got a 3-second penalty. So what does that mean for the race lead? Because as it stands, Kurtzky would be winning this race. Although we'll have to see how far he can get in front of his teammate.
Yeah, that penalty definitely puts a lot of pressure up onto Raptor now because not only does he need to keep the lead for the whole race, he needs to stay 3 seconds ahead, especially near the end. So
Yeah, and
PBJ with another penalty now, so that's pretty
oh yeah.
unfortunate. But like we were talking about, lots of penalties in this race.
And let's look up to Hunte here, who's got Adam with DRS behind, I think. He's gonna. So Hunte is kind of the gap that's formed in between the front and the middle, and it looks like I Spy Gecko has just had a little bit of a snap coming out of turn 3, and PBJ's gotten by. So that's pretty big as well for the podium positions. And Hunte again is still in front in 5th place, and that's kind of he's gonna be the lead car in this DRS train, I think, between him and Sleek in 10th place. And Cody has lost yet another position. He's coming in for a front wing change, it looks like. Or maybe this is this strategy. Yes, he's coming out on mediums, so maybe he did have a moment. I don't know what that was for. But Snoop Francis is just in front of him. Also on a recovery drive. Oh, and Kurtzky.
Pitting early.
Yeah, Kurtzky coming into the pits. So we'll have to see what happens here, if he's going to go on mediums and do maybe a 2-stop or 1-stop. We'll have to see. It is the medium tire for... let's take a look at this pit stop. A good stop around 2.5 seconds maybe is about... I think it's a constant time for everyone to keep it more or less fair. So he is going on the medium, so I wonder if he's trying to make the 1-stop work, because he did all those laps on the softs, well, including some safety car laps. Yeah, so he comes out in 10th place.
Yeah, I think you can do a 1-stop on this track, but near the end you definitely will be losing grip on these mediums. It's possible though.
That's why I'm surprised I didn't see any medium qualifying times, because a medium to hard is probably like the safest strategy you can go with. You are going to be slower than the soft guys and 2-stop guys, but it's kind of comforting to know that a 1-stop can happen. As it stands, though, there's a bit of a... I wonder... Let's look back to Hunte. Raptor has... oh, yeah, so Hunte did pit. That's what I was thinking happened. So Hunte is into the pits, as is Raptor. So Raptor's in the pits, and so is Hunte. Hunte's in 8th. 10th now. Hunte comes out of the pits. And so it looks like he's on hard tires. So interesting. The 2 Williams are going for the soft to medium. Although Hunte had that spin early on, so he's just kind of pitted himself away from track position. He was up in 5th place, it looked like, even with that spin.
Yeah,
oh, but what's his penalty, though? 3 seconds.
3-second penalty on that.
So that promotes PBJ into the lead of this race, and I Spy Gecko is very close behind him, but he's coming into the pits too. So we'll maybe watch this stop here from I Spy. So there you go. So the 11 to 12 laps, like you said, is what these soft tires are capable of.
Yeah.
And we have an Aston Martin stopped on track.
PBJ should be pitting right away, and I Spy might be able to get the undercut on him. And
yes, so
could
that's
be a good strategy, but
yeah,
have to push on that outlap for sure.
Let's take a look at this outlap then, because yeah, as you said, this could be big for the lead. Although, sorry, for 3rd place, because he has just been overtaken once again by the 2 Williams who were in front of him before the pit stops. But yeah, let's see where PBJ comes out, because he's probably, I can't imagine he's gonna try and overcut. Well, he doesn't need to overcut, but if he's gonna try to extend those softs, I can't see it happening. So we'll see PBJ into the 2nd sector, just starting the 3rd sector now. He's right on board with him. He's currently leading this race.
Anything past 12 laps and your soft tires start to get very slippery. So it is pretty scary to stay out there on that for sure. Yeah,
and in he comes now. And we'll take a look here at this pit stop. Oh, fast out of the pits come the Mercedes crew. And on go the medium tires. So let's see where that puts him, because 15 seconds behind him is I Spy Gecko, and it's going to be very close as he comes out. Yes, and look at that. He has been overtaken,
And
and
yeah,
by a big margin, too. Look at that. We'll go on I Spy Gecko's point of view, and look at that. Already 1.2 seconds separating them. So that's just how much drop off those soft tires, I guess, have, as now almost everyone is on the mediums. And we have a Haas driver who's gone off at turn 1. And big shout out to the Haas guys too. They it's been a real effort for them to get into the points, and as it stands, they have one driver in the points and one driver very close to points. And they will be looking for the top 10 finish here today, as Connor now leads the race. Interesting. So, Israel's gone off. I think he's going to pit this lap. He's on 13 lap old tires. Oh, 10-second penalty for exceeding track limits. That's awful luck for him, because I don't think...
I'm sure he will get that taken away later on in the race.
Yeah, well, definitely it looked like he would, but if he serves it right now during this pit stop, then there's nothing that can really be done. I don't think he really deserved that penalty.
Yeah, those sort of just he's letting people pass.
Yeah.
So driving on the side, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't think he gained anything from that, as we have someone blocking the view for this pit stop.
So, I'm looking up at like Sleek and Jacob. They're on the 12 lap old mediums, and still around like 16 laps in the race. I don't think those mediums are able to go that long. Oh. So they might need to pit, and Sleek will lose his position in the long run, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, it looks like Drip's serving his penalty right now.
Yeah, I wonder. So that yellow flag we just got doesn't seem to be real. So I'm hoping that won't happen again, because we have a Haas driver. Oh my!
What is going on?
Okay.
Oh, big pit stop. Little
So
bit
he's
of a
taking
there,
the long route to the pit stop. And yeah, so it looks like we are having some visual bugs, mainly with the pit stops. That was good. Oh, and I Spy. Wait a second. I Spy Gecko gets a 3-second penalty for track limits. I didn't see him cut anything there.
What? Alright, Codemasters, what is going on?
Yeah, and as we were saying that, he just set the fastest time, even though he's in Sector 2. So, can't say I know what's going on. Let's maybe get the, what do you call it? The gap to leader open. What's that? Oh.
Revis was just letting him by, give him a nice
and there's
lane with that blue flag.
Blue flag, but I am not sure what for. I Spy Gecko is in 4th place. Maybe it's for, Revis.
He just passed Revis, so
yeah.
Revis is down. I think that might be it, but...
We do apologize for any bugs that may happen during this race. Obviously, nothing as bad as last week so far, although here we go again, that yellow flag in Sector 3 for seemingly no reason. Oh, and Jacob picks up another 3-second penalty for track limits. Look at the penalties that have come up already. So that's just from track limits that I can see so far.
Wow, that's yeah, like we were saying, it's all going to be about penalties, really safety cars.
Yeah.
Just gotta make sure you're taking the corners properly and safely.
Oh, and we have a yellow in Sector 1. That's Cody Carter's gone off at turn 1. Oh, he's lit up the rear tires, very hot rear tires it looks like. And he is he's underway again. So, yeah, penalty. Oh, there's a big pile up. Oh, goodness. What do we just... Oh, we're missing it. Where is it?
We missed it.
9th place.
Oh, no.
Okay, so it looks like Jacob and Kova may have come together. We kind of missed it, but just as I looked at the track map, there was a 2-car pile up there, and it looks like these two are both staying out. So nothing terminal. The wings look fine, I guess, so they'll keep going. And everyone seems to be continuing as as it looks like so far, Sleek is leading this race. Um, I don't know if that's true. It's kind of hard to tell. He is currently, of the front runners, the first one in that track position. So yes, I think Sleek is yes, because he has not pitted yet. He pitted under safety car. So yeah, so he
Yeah.
has he's probably gonna have to pit again. I'd imagine another penalty for DRX code for track limits. So it'll be a matter of when Sleek pits, because the longer he lets those tires drop off, the further down the grid he'll probably be. But if he pits too early, obviously, then that could cost him. If these tires have more, cost him later on in the race with whatever tire he goes. Because if he started on softs, then he can go on to mediums. Oh yeah, and
Raptor going for a move there and gets it down in the straightaway.
yeah,
Nice move.
mm-hmm. Kind of missed it.
DRS and out of there.
Yeah, and now Sleek's gonna have DRS on the way back and gets a better exit, and we'll maybe look to to Raptor, who is gonna have to give that place back. DRS being extremely powerful here, with basically 3 consecutive DRS zones after before turn 1, after turn 1, after turn 3. So we'll see what Raptor can do with the next DRS zone. He's only 2/10 behind, so he's going to have a massive slipstream. There's a yellow flag in front of him, and there's a Ferrari off, or Alpha off. No, it is a Ferrari. DRX code maybe in the wall, but he is back on track, it looks like. And so here comes the DRS for Raptor, and let's look to Sleek. And he's gaining.
The ERS and looks like he's full sending it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and they touch wheels.
Clean.
Oh, they touch wheels again, twice. And Sleek's gonna have, Raptor's gonna have DRS, and the Alpine of Connor wants to have a look at it too. He doesn't have DRS, it looks like, although he is very close indeed. And he's too far back, so that was some good racing there. I don't think anyone was really at fault for the contact. But now Connor has DRS, and he's gonna be looking for a move. Although Raptor looking for the move, and he's gonna make it work. And maybe we'll watch this from Connor's point of view, because there's some tough fighting going on. Obviously, Sleek's on 9-lap older tires than Raptor, and Connor, I guess, is also on pretty old tires. He pitted under safety car as well, by the looks of it.
Yeah, if Raptor's able to stay ahead and like keep a solid lead, Sleek and Connor are gonna have to pit right away, and then Raptor's already 2.5 seconds ahead of I Spy Gecko behind.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's happened. Sleek has come into the pits, and Connor stayed out. But so let's see now. So Sleek's pitting, and Connor also needs to pit soon. So I wonder if this is a bit of an well, Sleek was in front of Connor, but it could this could definitely help keep that track position if he pits now and just has a really good outlap, because Connor will probably have to cover him off in a second. So let's take a look then. Oh, so Sleek's lost that position to Adam Klein. Kurtzky has just been overtaken by I Spy Gecko. And it looks like Connor is just in front of them. We'll see if he comes in this lap, because that could be huge for that track position. So we'll keep an eye out here as we look to Connor. So on pretty old mediums, and he started on soft, so he does not have to go to any other compound. He probably has one more set of mediums, and yeah, so here he comes into the pits, and this is going to be big to see where he comes out, because maybe this, I think Sleek's going to definitely gain some positions on him. He's had that one set of mediums that are fresh for that outlap, and I think that's going to maybe cost Connor here, choosing not to pit as early. Oh, but there's a front wing change too, so that's definitely going to do it then for him. I didn't realize he had damage. So yeah, Sleek will be comfortably ahead of Connor. Raptor's coming into the pits too, so I wonder what he's going on to mediums as well. So I think this is like the second stage maybe of the pit stops. Everyone has 2 sets of mediums, and they'll probably be switching to them now, but Hunte has hard tires on, so I bet he's probably going to the end if he can. Oh, and he's also on a recovery drive too.
And then Trip is real. He's down in P10 with soft tires on 5 laps. I don't think he'll be able to take those to the end. That'll be pretty slippery. But we'll have to see. Quite an unusual strategy he's chosen. Oh,
what's
bit of a
happening?
time glitch, or
Oh, something happened. Oh, so Snoop Francis is coming to the pits, and we are getting another visual bug with the pit stops. That seems to be one of the downfalls of this game. And oh, here it is. We'll maybe switch off of that camera because that was kind of annoying. Let's look to Adam Klein up in P5. So I think that's I Spy comes into the pits as well. Adam Klein now in the podium positions, but this should be temporary. These guys all have to pit. The top three will have to pit, except for Hunte. We don't know. Hunte could stay out and turn a spin on lap 1 into a podium position. We're just gonna have to wait and see. So Adam is gonna have DRS now against Hunte. DRS open, and Raptor's gotten past his teammate, and he's too far back this time.
Yeah, this is looking really good for Kurtzky. He's out on soft tires. It's not that long in the race to go. He should have the traction advantage. Maybe be able to get a few positions.
Oh, and we have a Ferrari off, I think. DRX code again. He's had a spin. Front wing looks okay. Maybe a little bit of damage to the front left end plate, but he might have to pit this lap actually if it's bad enough.
Yeah, tough day for Ferrari for sure.
Yeah.
Floyd with a DNF and Dr. X code has just been spinning out like crazy.
Yeah, can't find any traction on this on those tires. So we'll look now ahead. Let's basically Sleek is effectively the race leader, especially with those penalties. Because look at the penalties behind him. So Raptor has 6 seconds. This could be huge for the podium. Oh, and Connor gets another one. So there you go for Alpine. That's pretty big. And Kurtzky's down in 10th. So he's coming into the pits too again. Oh, so he was on softs and now he's come back out for mediums. So he didn't think those. I think he made the wrong call with the softs. He didn't like how he didn't think they could go to the end. So he's back on a new set of mediums.
Wasn't he on fresh softs?
He was. That's very strange. I would have thought he would want to go a couple more laps on the softs. Could be a lot faster.
I think he could have taken that to the end because that's only like, or maybe I guess it would have been a bit of a stretch, but it's definitely an interesting move.
Yeah. So take a look at Sleek, who's been quick basically all season, but so far one of 5 drivers on the grid who have kept their noses clean. As we get a new timing glitch, so apology for that. Maybe we'll just we'll turn the timing screen off just so we can take a better look at these cars, because as it stands, it looks like the timing screen is not telling the truth. But it looks like the Mercedes is actually the race leader, and no, it's not the Haas. I can confirm. That's very strange. So PBJ, it's set now. So PBJ
seems like it's back to normal.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that.
This should be right because someone's coming to the pits while we were away. Oh my goodness me! There's all kinds of issues with the pit stops. Oh, and so Snoop Francis is in the pits because I think he was one of the. Oh my goodness! There's so much happening on my screen. I can't even tell what's happening. Yellow flags. Okay, so we are back to Codemasters not fixing their online multiplayer. We have literally Kova stopped on track in the wall, apparently P2. Oh, and he's back to P9. So.
That's crappy for Kova. He was having a really good race.
And I'm hoping he maybe kept it out of the wall. I can't tell because the camera's not following him. There we go. Does he have damage? I don't think so. We're about to find out. Yeah, it looks like maybe he is. He's coming into the pit lane. Oh, so that's unfortunate for him. This was looking to be a really good weekend for the Haas guys. But, another penalty there for Cody. Israel's got a 16-second penalty.
Definitely gonna hurt.
So I think 10 seconds of that should get appealed after the race. Rebus is 9-second penalty. So the basically 3-second penalties are given for 3 track violations, minor track violations. Obviously, the 10-second and 5-second are for major ones. But so that would explain Rebus's 9-second penalty. And then Raptor and Connor both have 6-second penalties for track limits. I think, and yeah, you're right. The timing screen has fixed itself for the time being. The Mercedes guys probably. Oh yeah, so Hunte. Then what's happened here? Oh, there's wheel-to-wheel action we're missing out on. Just as I was trying to switch to the Mercedes of Hunte, so Sleek has trying to get that place from Hunte. Obviously, Sleek's going to be way faster on those tires, absolutely, and he's going to have all the cornering speed advantage on Hunte. And there was a little bit of contact there. We kind of missed it, but
Yeah, looking like a bit of a Sergio Perez
yeah,
move right there from Hunte.
yeah, they're going to have to be careful, especially with post-race penalties being very much a thing in this league. They're going to want to be careful with their, because everyone obviously is recording their races, and they have the right to appeal any incident they think needs to be looked at by the race stewards. And Hunte doing a little weave, but nothing too aggressive. And Sleek's going to look for it down the inside, and he's going to try to get a better exit, but he can't quite do it. Oh, and he's got Raptor right behind him, and they're both going to have DRS. And now Raptor is going to have a look at Sleek. Obviously, Raptor has those penalties, but down the inside here going into turn 4, and there's almost contact, but they keep it clean, and that's some great racing. But it's not over yet. Sleek is still defending, and Raptor's on the outside, and he goes into 3rd place, so that's the podium position for him, although he does have 6 seconds of penalties and Sleek does not. So as it stands, actually, Sleek is 2nd place after the penalties. But that's not what matters yet, because the race is not over. We still have 7 laps. And Sleek is going to be looking for... Actually, let's go up 1 position to Raptor, who's now looking for a move on Hunte. And he's going down the inside into turn 1. Oh, great racing from those guys. That was insane. That was really good.
Nice and clean.
Yeah. He left plenty of room, and he's not over yet.
Down the middle.
And Hunte somehow picked up a penalty for track limits, but I don't think that's... So he's going to have to appeal that after the race, because I don't think he was anywhere
middle
near...
of the track.
Yeah.
Over the track.
So this is going to be an interesting one for the racers, and Haas keeping it out of the way there. But it's not over yet. Oh. Yeah, he's a little slow, and it looks like Sleek may have just run into the back of Raptor.
Mm-hmm.
And so
hopefully no wing damage.
Yeah, that would really suck. That would really suck if he had wing damage. Connor has 9 seconds worth of penalties now as well. Although we can't trust that anymore, because apparently you get 3-second penalty for driving down the middle of the track. So we'll we'll look to Raptor, who's still looking for a move on Hunte. He's got the tire advantage. He's got the pace advantage as it stands. DRS open, overtake on, and he is ahead going into turn 1 on lap 30 of this race, and he exceeds track limits right there. So there you go. That's a legitimate track limits penalty for Raptor, and that's just going to add on to the misery here. 9 seconds worth of penalties, and Hunte is coming back at him, and he's inside into turn 3. Oh, and almost. Oh, that could have been so big for him.
Big.
Yeah. Oh man, and now he's back into 4th place. So all that work undone just by that exit of turn 3. And although
good battle.
Yeah.
From those few laps we got there, that was pretty good.
That was really good. We'll get the interval back up. We'll maybe take a look at some other of the guys, because I think for now these guys will probably settle down and keep position, or so I would think. Unless Sleek wants to have another look at Hunte. Maybe. He should have a tire advantage. And he's going to have DRS. And he's got almost a full battery to use. And he's not going to use it yet. Oh, maybe he is. He's using a little bit. But not much.
Looks like he's really trying to save that for the last few laps.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get the DRS on like the last straight or something.
Oh, and now he's going to use it now. So that was strategic from him. He's using it on after turn 1. And that's obviously the longest straight on the track. And he's going to be ahead of Hunte coming out of turn 3. And Raptor, and again, it was a big moment. But he keeps it out of the wall by a very small margin. And Hunte has DRS, but he's not close enough. So that's where Sleek's ERS usage came in to play there. So he saved it for turn 1 and out of turn 3 as well. And Sleek, I don't think will be able to probably not get that place back unless he has enough battery. But he's using it mid-corner, which might not help him on the straight, but we'll have to see. He's getting closer and closer, but he's almost close enough, and he is close enough for DRS. And we'll see then if he has enough battery. He's used a lot of that through the second and third sector, and it looks like Haas had a little moment there, but he is back on track. And so now this is where the battery needs to be used, but Sleek's going to have a ton of battery as well. But it doesn't matter because Hunte has DRS, and he's going up the hill alongside and now in front of Sleek. And this is great racing, but they're wheel to wheel. And Hunte over the curb has to push Sleek off the track. And Sleek has to give way for Hunte back into second place.
Bit of tight racing, but I'm pretty sure with Hunte's penalty, he's kind of just fighting to stay in third place. Sleek does have a big advantage over him with that. So if Sleek can stay clean, then that'll really be the difference between P2 and P3.
Now, it's kind of interesting. We want to see, can PBJ hold on to first place, track position at least, with those 18-lap-old mediums. So those are going to get quite a handful to drive. As we can see, he's taking turn one quite slow. Not a lot of grip left on those tires. There's a lapped car behind him. I think timing should be all good for now. And PBJ leading this race. So let's take a look maybe at the penalties. Oh, that was... Oh!
No,
Who was that? That was Cody. Cody has just had a massive hit. Oh, and there's a Mercedes in front of him who's also in the wall. That's Hunte. Hunte. Oh, and he's driving right into the back of the track. Oh, that was awful. Oh, my goodness. Back onto the track he comes. Oh, and he hits the wall again. I wonder if he's going to have lots of damage. Oh, that was very dangerous almost. And we do have a safety car. So I wonder, there's actually no DNF. But that is a safety car, as that was a big hit from both of those guys. Oh, man. So Cody has no front wing. Oh, and the... Okay, I thought the McLaren almost didn't for a second, but McLaren is still going. And there's a Haas up in turn 1 going slowly, but I think he's okay. Or turn 3, excuse me. It looks like turn 1.
This is huge for Sleek. I'm not too sure what's going on with the time, if he actually is in first place now.
I think he is,
but
yeah.
He's coming off of the safety car with 0 penalties. He's going to be able to push. Same with Adam down in P7. Both of them are in really good positions now.
Yeah, but now look at this. Look at this. So, who's that car in front? I think could be an Aston Martin. Or, yeah, it's a Rivas in front. But let's look at the pit lane action now because I think it was... yeah, PBJ was on those 18-lap-old mediums, and he's pitted for softs, and he's down into 5th place now. So that's a huge gamble with only 2 laps to go, because they're probably going to end under safety car too.
Yeah,
so he may have
very, very close.
So he may have just pitted himself off of the podium, and not just that, but off of the race lead too. Oh, but the safety car is actually in this lap. Oh, so that's a really short safety car. And
so I'm pretty sure the timetable is correct.
Yeah.
Sleek is in P1. Yeah, it does look like that. That's huge for him. If he's able to get a good start and pull away from them, he should have this race in the books now.
So yeah, so he's got 2 laps to pull away, and he's not gonna wait well, that was very close actually to overtaking the safety car. It looked like he was gonna go, but now the safety car's in, and he is gonna go. He's not gonna waste any time getting the power down, and he is going to absolutely send it over the line for the second last time this race. And there's a Red Bull behind him of Snoop Francis, who's obviously has to let all those guys by because he is down in 11th place. But Sleek is still in first from Raptor and Connor. And there's PBJ making a move there on I Spy, I think. They may be very close together as it looks like. Yeah, so PBJ into 4th place on the fresh softs already. So that's kind of his plan. He needs to make up these positions because he pitted himself off of the podium. And we do have a bit of a timing glitch behind in the second half of the field. But Sleek, Raptor, Connor, PBJ, Ice Spike Gecko, your top 5, and there's wheel-to-wheel action here between PBJ and Connor around the outside on those fresh soft tires, and he gets back into 3rd place. That's huge from him. Sleek in front of him on 13-lap-old mediums. He's next on the list to overtake, and it looks like he's going to definitely get the move done before the start of the start-finish line, but we'll see what he can do. He has half of a battery left for one more lap. That's going to be plenty for him to use. This might have actually been absolutely crucial from him to pit for those new softs, because look at the pace advantage that he's got here on this final lap. He's going to use all of his energy. He's not going to have DRS, as it's hasn't been 3 laps since the safety car. But look, PBJ picked up a penalty. I don't know what that was for. Again, this is going to be all dealt with after the race. But he goes wide, and so that's going to ruin his exit out of turn 3. And I Spy Gecko losing places. Oh, and there's a bit of a pile-up here into turn 3, and I Spy's off the track, and he has to rejoin as we look back to PBJ, who is going to have a run into turn 5, and he's going to leave just enough space and take that 2nd place. So this is huge. In under 2 laps, he's already back up to 2nd place, and so 1 left. It's Raptor, and we'll take a look maybe at the penalties. And PBJ at the moment is in front of Raptor, although Sleek is going to probably cross the line here to win the race as it stands. But we are going to don't take anything. I don't know. There's a lot of penalties that are going to have to be looked over. And there's a Hassoff in the back who.
Adam just jumped up from like I can't remember where he exactly was, but he's up in P2 now.
Yeah, so I wouldn't take I would take everything here with a grain of salt that you're seeing on the timing screen, because I don't think that this order will stick, because there seemed to be a lot of some penalties that shouldn't have happened, and that might have affected our finishing order here. But for the sake of simplicity, we will pretend that Sleek has won, although well, to be fair, good on Sleek for not taking a single penalty that whole race. One of the few drivers who managed that. Yes, as with Adam, I think he only had a 3-second penalty, and that put him up into 2nd place. So that's big from him. Sleek obviously being driver of the day from, I think, a little out of position qualifying, if I do remember, 7th or 6th maybe. But he is going to win in Austria for round 5 of the Zoom Racing League Division 2 series. Adam Klein and PBJ on the podium, and those are big points, and that's crucial. That's huge for the championship, because we thought Williams were going to walk away with 25 and 18 points apiece, but they're not even on the podium for now, and that's mainly because of the penalties, I think. Yeah, so 9 seconds and 6 seconds respectively for Raptor and Kurtzky. So yeah, Sleek from Canada in the Red Bull has won in Austria for now. Adam Klein also did a good job to stay away from all those penalties. He actually didn't get a single penalty, so I was wrong. He didn't get a 3-second. He genuinely didn't get, or maybe he did. I am not too sure. Anyway, here's your finishing order. My name is Jack. With me in the virtual studio, this was Josh, and we hope to see you. We hope you stick around, because in 45 minutes time, it is green flag for qualifying for the Division 1 race, and we hope to see you there. So, thank you for watching, and we will be back shortly.